Now the nitrogen fixation. We studied how soil fertility improves with the help of bacteria, rhizobium and blue-green algae because they can fix atmospheric nitrogen. You know, in the atmosphere there is 78% of nitrogen and which cannot be directly used by plants or animals, and proteins need nitrogen, and proteins are needed for the growth, for repair of our organs and so many other things. Even our enzymes are nothing but proteins. So, we can't survive without proteins. So, we have to have nitrogen. How does nitrogen enter the life cycle is what we are going to talk about. So, this 78% of nitrogen is fixed by biological organisms like rhizobium and blue-green algae. So, a nitrogen changes into nitrogenous compounds which are present then in the soil. In soil also there is some kind of nitrogenous compounds as it is, but due to these microbes it increases. Now, from soil, when plants absorb water and minerals, these nitrogenous compounds come to plants. Then plants are eaten by animals because they are the only source of food. Animals can't make their own food, plants can in the presence of sunlight. So, when plants are eaten by animals, the plant proteins change into animal proteins. So, they also need proteins. When these animals and plants die, or also in their excretion like the urine, there are nitrogenous compounds. You know, ammonia is produced in our body, but ammonia is very harmful. It is rendered harmless by changing it into urea, which finally becomes urine and is excreted out of body. So, the excretions and the waste matter and the dead bodies, they change into ammonia, right? They change, and then you can say here excretion, dead bodies. Ammonia then changes into nitrates. NO3 is the radical for nitrate, NO3. So, various nitrates are formed which then change into nitrites, which is NO2, and finally into nitrogen. And all this is done by different type of bacteria. So, we can say there is one is, you can say, biological fixation bacteria, then there is ammonifying bacteria, then there is nitrifying bacteria, and then there is denitrifying bacteria. So, these four type of bacteria complete the cycle, and the advantage of a cycle is that the natural resource never gets finished. Something like you earn something, put extra money in bank, use it, again put some money back into bank, then your financial problem will not be there. The finances will keep moving. But if you only keep withdrawing, then if there is amdani athanni kharcha rupaiya, you will be bankrupt. So, we must return to nature whatever we take out, and there are natural cycles like carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, water cycle, in which there is consumption as well as returning, the replenishment. If the consumption is more than replenishment, then we are in trouble. Just like if expense is more than income, then we are in trouble. As long as expense is a little less than income or maybe even at par, then we are comfortable. So, whenever we are using natural resources, remember whether it is oxygen, whether it is carbon dioxide, whether it is water or nitrogen, the consumption should not be more than replenishment.